Morning everyone. Today we'll start about our next lecture, that is lecture number 15, that is circular shift and circular convolution. In our last couple of classes we have come forward about DFT, that is discrete Fourier transformation, where the continuous time Fourier transformation is being done, and then according to the process of sampling, the continuous time signal is being converted to discrete time signal. Now the discrete time signal is being converted to its corresponding frequency domain transformation according to discrete Fourier transformations. Now, according to that approach, whenever a sequence is being defined by n number of points of sequence, always it is defined that beyond the value of 0 to n minus 1, the signal don't have any type of existence. That means signal is completely described by its circular nature. It can be totally described or totally represented by its circular representation of the signal. That means the signal is totally defined by a periodic signal, and that capital value of n is nothing but the time period of that particular sequence. Now today we will learn about, as the sequences are defined by circular representation, that is, it has certain a period of time. So today we will learn about what about those signals representation and their circular shift, and according to that circular shift, how the convolution, how this type of two sequences convolution is being done. Whenever the sequences are normally defined by its normal approach without any periodic sequence, it will be normally defined by a linear convolution. But whenever the sequences are defined by its circular nature, the sequential representation of the signal in circular way, the convolution is totally defined by a circular convolution. So let's start today's class. What is defined by a circular shift? Let's start with the first division. We are assuming the sequence is defined by x of n, and it is defined by a sequence of 1, 2, 3, 4 continuously for 4 points starting from the point of 0 to 3. Now if it is a periodic sequence, that means it has a period of 4 points. Certainly after each and every 4 point, forward or backward, the signal will be repeating. So for each and every sequence starting from the value of 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, at the value of n equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, the signals have the amplitudes of 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, starting from the value of 4 onwards, 4, 5, 6, 7, it has the amplitude of 1, 2, 3, 4 again, in the forward way as well as backward way. That means for after completion of each and every 4 point of the sequence, the signal will be repeating itself. That's why the signal is being represented as x of Pn. That means xn is a periodic sequence, and that P is totally defined by that term periodic sequence. Now if I want to find a circular shift of that periodic sequence as x of p n minus 2, n minus 2 means if I put the value of n minus 2 is equals to 0, certainly the value of n will becomes plus 2. Plus 2 means the signal will be represented as shifted by 2 units forward. So signal will be shifted by 2 units forward. That means 0 point will be go to a 2 point, 1 point will go to a 3 point, 2 point will go to a 4 point. That means signal will totally represented by a positive shift, rightward shift according to its graphical representation by 2 units. So the sequence will start as in that sequence of x of Pn, it will be starting from the value of 1, 2, 3, 4. Now as it is defined by 2 points shifting forward, so it will be normally defined by the starting point of 3, 4. Then the points will become as 3, 4. Then the last 2 points again come for the first 2 point as 1, 2. So we can say if x of Pn will be defined by 1, 2, 3, 4, then x of Pn minus 2 will be defined by 3, 4, 1, 2. Simply a shift of sequence, circular shift of the sequence. That is the circular shift of that particular sequence. Next one, another way. So doing normal shift on a sequence of x of Pn is equivalent to the circular shift of x of n also. If I do the sequential shift of x of n as 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is normally in the linear representation. Now if I want to represent the sequence in a forward 2 point sequence x of p of n, that is can be defined by x of dash n, that means signal will be represented simply by 2 unit shift. So 1 will be shifted to 3, 2 will be shifted to 4, and similarly backwardly 4 will be shifted to 2, 3 will be shifted to 1. So normally whenever we are shifting that sequence by forward 2 point sequences or positive 2 point sequences, the sequence will be represented as x dash as n 3, 4, 1, 2. So normally in the previous example, the samples from x of p n minus 2, that as it is periodic sequence with the range of 0 to n minus 1 result in a circular shift version of that of the x of sequence by the 2 points. That means the sequence will be represented forwardly or shifted by forwardly 2 by 2 points. Another way, the sequence will be represented by forward 2 points. This can be expressed by simply using this following formula. If I want to find out the value of x of n, if I want to find out the value of x of n, so x of n is nothing but can be defined as x of n minus k for the value of modulo n. Modulo n means the sequence has a maximum number of n number of points, and that is nothing but defined as the time period of that particular sequence. That means after each and every capital N point, the signal will be repeating itself. So it can be simply defined as x of within bracket n minus k, and outer side that of the bracket modulo n can be represented as suffix of capital N. That means it simply represents that the signal will repeating for each and every capital N number of points, and it will be shifted by positive way a k amount of shift. That means x of n minus k. So for our example, if I want to find out the value of x of 0, so x of 0 is nothing but defined by x of 0 minus 2. That means x of 2 can be represented. Again, if I want to find out the value of x of 1, similarly x of 1 minus 4, so that is simply defined as x of 3. In the similar way, if I want to find out the representation of x of 2 means simply defined by x of 0. X of 0 means simply x of 0. So whatever the value of x of 0, that is nothing but defined by x of 0. So simply according to that of the representation in circularly, according to that circle, if I want to put the value of x of n as x0, x1, x2, x3, there are 4 points. So starting from the point as in the green circle approaches, all the values of 1, 2, 3, 4 will be putting from the value of x of 0, it will be 1, from the value of x of 1, it will be 2, from the value of x of 2, it will be 3, and from the value of x of 3, it will be 4. And the positive representation of that of the sequence will be represented anti-clockwise starting from the value of that right hand point x of 0. Now if I want to put that sequence by 2 point shift, that means if I want to find out the value of x of p n minus 2, certainly each and every point as it is n minus 2 is equals to 0, as the value of n becomes 2, positive point of n, so it will be represented positively. That means it will be shifted positively. So 1 will be shifted positively by 2 unit as in the value of 3, 2 will be represented shifted by 2 unit positively in the point of 4, 3 will be represented in the point of 1, and 4 will be represented in the point of 2. So whatever the sequence, after shifting that sequence, it will be simply defined as 3, 4, 1, 2. That is nothing can be represented as x of p n minus 2. So in that way, the circular shift of that of the sequence will be simply represented. Now what is defined by a circular reflection? Circular reflection is nothing but reflection of that particular sequence with respect to that of the y-axis. That means simply defined as the circular reversal of that of the sequence, time reversal or time folding parameter of that of the sequence. The time reversal of n-point sequence is obtained by simply reversing its sample about the point of 0 on the circle. So if I want to find out the value of time reversal of x of n, that is simply defined as x of minus n. So what is the value of x of minus n? X of minus n is nothing but simply represented as x of capital N minus small n. With respect to that of the value of 0, it will be simply mirror image. For example, if we have a value of 1, 2, 3, 4 according to that of the first circle, and if I want to find out x of minus n, that simply with respect to x of 0, it will be simply mirror image with respect to forward and backward. So 2 will be mirror image to that of the value of 4, and 4 will be mirror image to that of the value of 2. So whatever the finally circular reflection property tells us that whatever the sequences comes according to its circular image, that is 1, 4, 3, 2, that is nothing but represented as x of minus n as our circular reflection. Again, another property of that of the shifting of that of the sequence is circular symmetry. Circular symmetry means circular symmetry. The symmetry can be defined by even symmetry. It can be defined by odd symmetry also. Suppose you have an n-point sequence and the sequence is totally defined by a circularly even sequence. Circularly even sequence means the singly we can say that if the value of x of capital N minus small n is nothing but x of small n, then the sequence will be simply represented represented as circularly even symmetry sequence. For example, if the sequences are represented as x2332, sorry 12332, if the sequence is represented as x of n as 12332, it is simply defined by a represented circularly even, because with respect to the point of line 1, the upper values of 3 and 2 will be simply same as that of the lower values of 3 and 2. The mirror image of that of the sequence with respect to that of the 1 point x0 will be simply equal to each and every portions. That's why it is defined by a circularly even point symmetry sequence. And again, an n point sequence is also defined as a circularly odd symmetry if we say x of n minus small n is nothing but x of n but with a negative sign. So whatever the forward upper points are there with respect to that of the value of x of 0, simply equal to that of the lower values but with a negative sign. That means if the sequence is represented as x to 0, xn equals to 0, 2, 3, minus 3, minus 2, and if it is represented circularly, so we can say it will be according to counterclockwise direction. So it will be represented as 0, 2, 3, minus 3, minus 2. So whatever the upper points are there, that will be 3 and 2, and whatever the lower points are there, that is minus 3 or minus 2. Simply same as that of the upper points but with the negative values. So in that way it will be defined by a circular symmetry, but it will be simply defined by a circularly odd symmetry. So in that way, the defined type of circular shifting approaches is being done for any type of sequence that is represented circularly, whether it is a circular shifting, whether it is a circular symmetry, whether it is defined by a circular reflection or reversal, and whether it is represented by circular reflection. So according to those approaches, now we look forward the response of any type of sequences, any type of system. If I want to find out the response of any type of system where the sequences are represented circularly, those type of responses can be easily done by convolution of two sequences for that of the system, and that convolution is nothing but defined by a circular convolution. So there are basically two methods for finding out circular convolution of any system. The first approach is nothing but defined by a concentric circle method. What is concentric circle method? Concentric means the circles having the same center. If a circle having the same center, if several circles are having the same center, those circles are nothing but defined by a concentric circles. So circular convolution is very similar to a normal convolution. Apart from that, the signal will be shifted using circular shift. Only difference between the linear convolution and that of our circular convolution is that whenever we are doing the circular convolution in our normal approach, we have to follow the shifting of that of the sequence in circularly way, and whenever we are doing the linear convolution, the sequence not shifted in a circular way, they are shifted in a straight line way or linear way. That is the only difference we have to maintain for doing the circular convolution in our nature. Let us suppose we have two sequences. One sequence is known as x1n and another sequence is known as x2n. Both are discrete time sequences. Now if I want to find out the result of the circular convolution, and the result will be defined by x3n, so normally the value of x of 3m will be defined by summation of n ranges from 0 to n minus 1, x1n into x2m minus n. In that way the circular convolution result can be defined by for the two sequences x1n and x2n. So in that, according to that approach, now we are starting this process of circular convolution. We are understanding the process of circular convolution by using some example. Let us suppose it is given that in that example, perform the circular convolution of the following two sequences. Here two sequences are given, one is x1n and there is x2n. I need to find out the circular convolution of these two sequences, how it will be defined. So let us suppose we have two sequences. Both the sequences can be represented circularly. So the first sequence is defined by 1 2 1 2 1 and the second sequence will be defined by 1 2 3 4. Let us suppose the first sequence will be represented as 2 1 2 1 starting from the value of x of 0 right hand side point, and it will be goes in the forward direction, that is anti-clockwise direction, as 2 1 2 1. Similarly, second sequence x2n can also be represented as in the circular way, that is in the forward way, anti-clockwise way, but starting from the value of x of 0. So it will be normally defined by 1, 2, 3, 4 starting from the x of 0 point, right hand side point, and it will come in the anti-clockwise direction. So whenever we want to find out the circular convolution of this sequence, at first what is the approach? According to the same approach of linear convolution, at first we have to make the time reversal conversion of that second sequence. Let us suppose we need to find out the value of x of 2 of minus n. So how it can be defined? A reversal means with respect to that of the point of 1 and 3, it will be simply mirror image with respect to the 2 points, upper and lower. So it will be simply defined by the 4 will goes in the point of 2, 2 will be goes in the point of 4. So normally the sequence will be represented as 1, 4, 2, 3 and 2. Now if we multiply the first sequence x1n with the value of x of 2 minus n, time reversal of the second sequence, certainly we are getting the value of y of 0. That means the first value of that circular convolution, that means x3 0. It will be simply defined by the point to point multiplication, then summation. So 2 into 1 plus 1 into 4 plus 2 into 3 plus 1 into 2. All together it will be defined by the points are 2, 4, 6 and 2, and will be simply defined by the value of 14. So the value of x of 3 0 is equals to 14. Now starting from the next point will be defined by the second shifting of that time reversal of x2 of minus n. It will be defined by x2 1 minus n. So whenever we are multiplying that value of x of 1 n with x of 2 of 1 minus n, certainly we are getting that value point to point multiplication values are 4, 1, 8, 3. Certainly we are getting the second point of that circular convolution result as x of 3 1 is equals to 16. 4 plus 1 plus 8 plus 3 as 16. That comes the second point calculation for the circular shifting point. Similarly, for the third point, it is again shifted by 1 point, and we are getting the value of x of 2 minus n, and its value is nothing but defined by 3, 2, 1, 4. Again this sequence is being multiplied by that of the value of x1 n to get the value of x of 3 2, and simply its value will be defined by 14, as the points are defined by for different points 6, 2, 2 and 4. And in the last point, because it's a 4-point sequence, so last point means another shifting of x2 minus n, and that can be defined by x2 3 minus n, and its value will be simply defined as 4, 3, 2, 1. Now whenever we are multiplying the value of x of 1 n with x of 2 3 minus n, certainly we are getting the point to point values as 8, 3, 4, 1, as x3 3 is equals to 16. So in that way we are getting the all 4 values of x as 14, 16, 14 and 16. So now we can get the result as we can say the value of x of 3 minus n, the final solution of that circular convolution of the sequences of x1 n as 2 1 2 1, and the value of x2 n as 1 2 3 4, as its value will be defined by 14, 16, 14 and 16 according to the 4 values of that of the sequence. So in that way we can get the final solution of that circular convolution by using that process of concentric circle method. That is the first approach to find the values of circular convolution. What is the second method? The second method, so before to start with the second method, that is matrix method for finding out circular convolution, we have some example also. So try to find out the circular convolution of the following sequences xn and hn in your homework also. So take this example as your homework and do it according to our both the methods, whatever we are studied already there by concentric circle method, and we have to study it by matrix method. By using the both approaches, we have to find out the circular convolution for these two sequences as xn and h of n. So for the next method, matrix method. So circular convolution by using matrix method. So whenever we are doing the circular convolution by using matrix method, circular convolution may also be expressed as a matrix multiplications also. Matrix multiplication means matrix multiplication of the first sequence with that of the first sequence of the second also. So in this method we set up a n cross n matrix whose columns are equal to one of the sequences according to our first sequence or second sequence, and its cyclically shifted versions, and this is called circulant matrix. if I take that sequence for x to n, certainly the value of x to n will be simplified in that form. In the first column, all the sequences of x to 0 to x to n minus 1 are being represented according to its column wise. And in the second sequence also, it will be simply shifted by its logical way, one shift of that of the sequence. So in the second point of that of the second column, the sequence start from x to 0, x to 1, x to 1, and ultimately the last point will be circularly shifted to that of the first position of that of the one. And similarly, by doing the n number of shifting, we are getting that n by n cross matrix of that of the circular matrix. So in the same way, whenever we have two examples that x1n is 1 to 2 and x2n is 1 to 3 4, certainly if I want to find out the circular combination of these two sequences by using matrix method, the first matrix, that is the circular matrix, approaches on the value of x to n as 1 2 3 4. So the first column will be represented as 1 2 3 4, then the other three columns will be simply represented by 1 point by shifting of that original sequence as 4 1 2 3 3 4 1 2 2 3 1 4, and it should be multiplied by another matrix, that is the simple matrix of the second sequence. As simple as that, it is 1 2 2, as it's a number of 4 sequences required, so it will be simply adding by another 0 by using 0 padding. Now we have to multiply these two matrix, one is 4 cross 4 matrix and another is 4 cross 1 matrix, to get the result as x of 3n. So whatever we are getting as x of 3n as 15 12 9 14, by simply doing the matrix multiplication of the sequences, one is the shifted of x to n, another is the normal approach of x1n, we are getting the result by using circular convolution by using matrix method. So in that way, we are gathering the idea to find out circular convolution by using two approaches. The first approach will be matrix method and the second approach will be defined by as simple as that, that is the concentric circle method. So in that two approaches, we can easily find out the circular convolution of two sequences when the sequences are represented circular in nature. Okay, so thank you for today's class. Bye bye.